How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone action here. Some of you guys seem to enjoy that last gameplay, even though the video footage itself was super messed up. I do apologize for that. I was thinking about not uploading that one because it was so bad. Like, the frames were just dropping like crazy, but I thought it was a pretty cool game, so glad some of you enjoyed that one anyway. Anyway, this game I thought I would show you as well. I had this footage on the back burner. This is pretty much a solo truck only type of game here, even though it wasn't intended to be that way. I wasn't trying to do a challenge or anything like that when I started this game. In fact, I'd sort of done quite a lot of truck vehicle only games, and I thought I'd try some guns for a while, but it didn't really work out that way. I guess old habits die hard. So yeah, I started off in the truck, telling myself I was just using it as a way of getting around, but you'll see what happens in this one anyway. But it's not quite as clean a truck only game as the last one I uploaded, and you'll see why as we get further along in this gameplay here. But yeah, it's basically starting out here. I think half the map is in the circle. It's one of those weird ones where most of the circle is not inside the playable area to start with. Pretty weird. And I know that there's a guy in that factory or whatever it is over there, that trucking yard. I don't know what that thing is, so I don't know if he's going to push me or not. Solos, a lot of people are probably more cautious than anything else, so I just go in here to try and get some armor plates and some better weapons and stuff like that, because I was intending to use guns in this one. As I said, you'll see how it turns out anyway. But yeah, just having a look, trying to get some cash together for the loadout drop and all that stuff. My strategy is actually not to buy the loadout drop, to be honest, unless I end up with tons of cash very early, because you nearly always get a super easy to pick up loadout drop that you can usually get fairly easily. I don't think I've ever been killed trying to pick up my loadout, like a free loadout drop that just randomly drops. It's not exactly like PUBG, for example, where they're super heavily contested in this, so far anyway. I guess because they're so common, or you can just buy your own, basically. That's probably why. But anyway, I was sort of wondering if that guy's going to take any pot shots at me or not, but he decides to stay in there. I don't know what happened to that dude, to be honest. I'll just take off, looking for some action around the edge of the circle, see what we can find. So heading out over this way. Hopefully this video footage is a little bit better than the last one, by the way. I don't know what was wrong. I was using the same software that I always use, and for some reason it decided to just go all jerky on me. I think it was just this game. This game is like typical Call of Duty, super poorly optimized for PC. But anyway, I guess this Warzone is supposedly beta. Now, I consider using that launcher for a while, because a lot of people do use vehicles, as you saw in that last video I uploaded of Warzone. At least at the moment they do. I'm not sure if they're going to patch the vehicles or not. See that lag there? That was pretty crazy. Always great when you walk into a wall that you're supposed to already have left behind. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of really unbalanced elements to Warzone, like the UAVs, the mini-map. I could just go on and on about stuff like the heartbeat sensor and whatnot, but because of that fact that there's so much unbalanced craziness going on in Warzone, I'm not sure that they will end up patching vehicles too much. Probably if enough people rage about it on the forums and on Twitter and stuff like that, they might end up patching them, because the trucks and the little blue four-wheel drive looking vehicles are pretty OP, especially the truck. Let's be honest, it's like a tank, that thing. I saw a clip the other day of a streamer emptying 3 full magazines into the back window of the truck, trying to shoot through and get the driver, and it took 3 full magazines to do the job, which seems a little bit weird because I've actually had people jump in the back with the starting pistol and kill me fairly quickly, so maybe it's just where you aim. Not 100% sure, but anyway, I end up buying the gas mask here. You'll see why that's not really going to be super useful to me initially here, but anyway, I can't actually find anyone out here. It's probably a little bit on the remote side, but I'm waiting for the gas to start coming in so I can start leading the edge of the gas and trying to get some runners to take out. So I'm still collecting cash and all that stuff as well. Someone did ask me in the comments, by the way, if I've played the what's it actually called? There's like a battle royale style game mode in this where you gather money. I just can't remember off the top of my head what it's called. I have actually played it, like 2 games of it solo, and actually it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but the trouble was there's no solo mode in it. And so playing solo, you can't win on it. I mean, it would be nearly impossible against a squad of 3 players. It's, you know, I think the best I did in those 2 games was something like 600,000 cash. I think I got in the top 10, and that was solo. But I didn't want to like just bang my head up against a wall constantly trying to win that solo. Obviously I could get a few friends together and go in with a squad, I guess, but I haven't got too many guys that seem super keen on playing Warzone at the moment, and also they're in different time zones and all that stuff, so it's a bit hard. I really like playing solo anyway. It's always fun to have a bit of fun with mates playing in squads too, though. Anyhow, yeah, we are continuing on. We still have not got a single kill, but trust me, that is going to change, especially towards the end of this video. And right now I've decided that I'd try and get this quest done, because why not, right? It shows you where the next circle is going to be, it gives you some cash. I think they actually increased the price of the loadout drop. Not that I'm probably going to need to buy it, but it's always good to have that in the back your pocket kind of thing, just in case you do need to call it in. You almost never do that, to be honest. Anyway, so I'm coming over here to secure this thingy. I'm sort of suspicious that you would think someone would definitely be in this building, but turns out probably not. So got a fairly easy capture of this secure site for the mission. Gives us a little bit of cash, which is good. And I just sort of scout around a little bit, playing like fairly cautious, I guess. I'm not really familiar with all areas of the map at the moment. I am very familiar with almost all areas where you can drive a vehicle, because I've just been driving around it so much. But inside the buildings and like underneath and the, you know, upstairs, downstairs areas, I'm really not familiar. I think there's some like little secret things too, like bank vaults I've heard about with special weapons in them and stuff. Sounds pretty cool, but haven't really done too much of that sort of exploring inside buildings. But yeah, so fairly uneventful so far. And I'm not even sure I can drive through this area, to be honest. Or I wasn't at the time I was playing this. But it's amazing the small spaces this truck can squeeze through, I tell ya. I have got stuck though on occasion trying to squeeze through little gaps that didn't quite fit. But by the way, this superstore area here, my game nearly always crashed when I went near the superstore, or if I went in the superstore. Not just in Warzone, but also in multiplayer, in the multiplayer map. But it seems to be fixed now, which is good. Anyway, I get a loadout drop here. Works out pretty nicely. See how quick I got into that one? There was another dude coming for it actually. So this one did get contested after me saying that they're hardly ever contested. This guy doesn't know what he's up against here with this truck. He's like, hey, he can't get over here and get me. Wrong. I've seen people say that they feel bad for other players when they kill them with the truck, but it's just the best feeling for me. I just love it. Maybe that speaks volumes about the kind of person I am. I don't know. There's just something comical about it to me. But there's the first kill of the game. It took I don't know, what's that? Probably almost 10 minutes. Not sure how far into the video we are here right now, but yeah, it's a bit of a slow early game here in this one, but trust me, it starts cranking up. I'm just gonna find a way to get the hell out of this little spot here that I got stuck inside. I know I can get out this way because I've already done it once. Just needs a bit of momentum behind me, and we are off. And the circle is closing in, and yeah, so far so good, I guess. And just as we come around here, I'm just checking if there's a fresh vehicle here for me, which there is not, unfortunately. But as we come up the road here, I do spot another player on this hill here, and he does exactly the wrong thing and tries to hide in a little dip in the ground, but I spotted him. So yeah, that doesn't work out too well. He probably should have just ran for cover, like in that little service station building there, but I guess these are the differences between certain types of players, is those split-second decisions. Just in general, by the way, I would say in any sort of sport or activity, what differentiates a good player from like a professional top-level world-class player is their ability to make decisions, good decisions, quicker than anyone else. That's a little tip to take home, you know, to put in the bank and think about, guys. So you can be like the best physical specimen and technically skilled at a sport, but if you can't make those decisions, those right decisions quicker than your opponent, then you're always going to come out up second best to someone who can. I think a lot of activities and sports and things are, once you get to a certain level of competence and ability, it's more of a mental game than anything else. I don't know how I got sidetracked onto this. Anyway, just sharing those pearls of wisdom. Yeah, I'm just trying to find my way up on the roof here, because I did spot a guy up on one of those little buildings behind me there, to the right of the superstore. I'm just checking the back area here, make sure I don't get shot in the back of the head while I'm scoping things out. I can see him on the roof there. Now, I do take a shot here, but I completely miss. I don't know why I was so quick to take that shot, because I had all the time in the world. But I guess I'm a little rusty with guns. And I can see those footsteps from the tracker perk as well, and heard the guy opening the door there. There's actually another player that went into the building looking for me here. And I can just hear him opening the doors, checking for me, but maybe he realized I was waiting at the top of the stairs and just got that spidey sense. And I think he either like just hid in one of the rooms there, or he exited the building somewhere else, because nothing comes of the encounter. So yeah, a bit of a non-event. I look back this way as well, but that guy's nowhere to be seen, because the circle is coming in right now, so he's probably started to move, and I've missed my opportunity, unfortunately. So there you go. But this scope, by the way, is pretty awesome. It's got a really high-level zoom, as well as being thermal. So it's probably the best scope, in my opinion, if you want to use a thermal scope, which a lot of players do in this game mode. I did try it running a regular scope on the sniper and a thermal on my assault rifle, but the assault rifle thermals don't give you much field of view, if you know what I mean. Like, so they're not a good way to do it. So yeah, I do my usual thing and go over the ridge here, because often a lot of players will be up here, hiding behind trees, but on this occasion, no one is to be found. No one that I saw anyway. Maybe there's someone that was just being extra sneaky that I missed, but most people probably would have moved into the circle at this point. Anyway, if they're on foot, they're foolish enough not to be in a vehicle like this guy here. Knows what he's doing. He's a fellow truckster. Not as many vehicle players in this game as that last one, but still a reasonable number, I guess. I think there was a guy in a helicopter for a while as well in this one. But yeah, most people seem to be playing it on foot. Now this is where I see a guy up there. See that guy on the rooftop over there? He just ducked down inside that little balcony area, I think. So I figure that I'll be a little bit crafty. He's probably not kind of come down and challenge me on a truck, so I decided to like sneak my way, sneak my way over to this other building here. This extremely noisy truck. He'll never know I'm over here. Crash into the walls a few times, jump out, and yeah, I have seen people like camping in the corners at the top of these stairways and these type of buildings. It's super annoying when they do that, but fortunately I'm safe on this occasion, at least from the perils of the stairwell. As you see in a moment, things do go south for me pretty quickly at this point. But yeah, I don't know where that guy went. That was over in that other building. I think he might have just moved on. Because, so there goes my cunning plan to take him out. And I just have a bit of a look around here as well for other players. Not too much to be seen. Some birds flying around. A little bit of gunfire. Can't really see where it's coming from though. But you can see if you spot a player, even if they're like 300, 400 meters away with this thing, you can still pick them off as long as they're like prone or sitting still. If they're moving around, it gets a lot more skill based. And the gas is coming in at this point, so I'm looking for people running in to the area. But unfortunately, I don't see many opportunities up here. I mean, this theoretically would be a good position, but and at this point I start hearing doors as well, and I think that someone might be coming into the building looking for me. And I actually look down and he steals my truck, so I try and take him out, or at least damage the truck. I'm using the 9mm ammo, and he actually does a really good move here. He drops out of the truck. I should have seen him, but I was too target focused on the truck. But he drops out of the truck, lets the truck keep on rolling while I shoot at it, and just one-shots me with his HDR. So, well played to that fellow. And we're relegated to the gulag with one of my least favorite guns for the gulag. This little pistol thing, 38 I think it is. But I do get a headshot there, fortunately. Wasn't the cleanest gulag win. And pretty much that kill right there is the reason that this isn't really a pure truck only game, because I did get a kill in the gulag with a weapon other than a truck. But apart from that, guys, it is pure demolition derby truck mayhem from this point on. And I actually come down looking for my stuff, and I thought it might have been this building, but it actually isn't, I don't think. I think it's in a completely different area. Anyway, there's a truck down here, which is fortunate. And this is a completely fresh truck by some miracle. So I decided to take this, and there's also another fortunate circumstance here of getting a loadout drop straight away. Not that I really need it. It does help a little bit, I guess. Some of the perks and stuff that come with it. I think I've got a stim on this one as well, which could have potentially come in handy if the circle closed up at the end. That's why I like to have a stim up my sleeve, because it can be the difference between winning and losing in certain final circle situations. And I actually have a brief moment where I considered getting that launcher to take care of the dude with the other truck, but those things take forever to lock on, so I'm just avoiding that guy shooting at me there, because I want to keep my truck in tip-top, pristine showroom condition as much as possible, as long as possible here. And by some strange circumstance where we find ourselves in the top 15 right now, top 14 now. Spot this guy back here on the edge of the circle. For some reason, he doesn't shoot at me at all. I guess he's like, well, I've got no chance of damaging that truck, but actually he could have done a lot of damage to me here if he focused his fire directly on the cabin. But anyway, I guess that's what happens if you try to hide behind a small rock up against a truck. Yeah, a lot of rage from some of these players. I'm gonna take him out with the truck, as you'll see coming up here. The final circle's not too bad actually for vehicle purposes. It's reasonably open, as open as you can hope for. There's another guy right here. He didn't really have too many options there, except hiding behind the tree, which is what he tried to do. I get a gas mask here, which is actually going to be kind of useful at this point. Replace the armor. Things are looking good all of a sudden. Things are looking very good. That's one of the things with the Gulag, is super overpowered getting back in the game, and you can pretty much get instantly back to where you were before in terms of your gear and everything. This guy makes the classic mistake of trying to hide behind a loot drop. Never hide behind a loot drop, guys, if a truck's coming at you, because it is not going to protect you. And I realize I can't get through here with my truck, so quick switch out again. Super lucky. There's another truck waiting here for me. It's like someone parked this here especially for me, so it would be available in that situation. That's how lucky that was. I mean, I could have just gone with the guns as well, obviously. Change things up a bit, but in terms of being a vehicles only style of gameplay, and this is pretty awesome right here.
You're kidding.
I get that guy, and I get a double kill because another guy was hiding in the same house. It was pretty crazy. We got a helicopter above right here as well. He's probably going to have to, well, he's almost certainly going to have to parachute down if he doesn't get killed while he's up there. And I got 8 kills at this point, all except one with the truck. And the other one was in the Gulag, so we've currently got 7 people left in the game. 6 now. So starting to kill each other for me. I'm just hiding behind this little truck here because I know there's a guy in that little skylight with where the blue roof building is right there. And there's another guy in the building in front of me. I don't know what the other guy in the truck was doing. I guess he was playing a little bit cautious like myself, but I'm having to move out of the gas right now. I see another guy running back behind that blue building there, behind the wall, so I know he's going to probably be a factor later on. But I'm just trying to stay in the circle right now and avoid as much damage as I can. Try and look for easy targets. I think that guy must have seen someone up that hill there.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
I'm just trying to maneuver around at this point. There's only 4 players left at this point. There's that guy behind the wall. He's on like a crate or something. He's got a pretty good peak spot there, but he's going to have to move pretty soon when the circle closes up. Now there's only 3 guys left. The 2 guys in the truck and the 1 guy behind the wall. This guy here, he decides to betray the truckster's code and get out of the truck. And I actually use this other truck as cover here and just like push it into the circle so I can move into the circle with it. And the guy has to come out from behind the wall and take him out for the win. 10 kills, guys. 9 with the truck, 1 in the Gulag. It's a pretty cool game. Enjoyed that one a lot. So there you go, guys. That's another Warzone victory in solos. Hope you're enjoying this. Let me know if you want to see more. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Jim out.